What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report for our wonderful, fun game, Avengers versus Malekith Cabal. And, oof, I took a bit of a shellacking in that game.
A little bit.
There was a little bit of self-inflicted one. I want to address that right now.
Okay.
My move with Tony was a really dumb one. When I went into Ulik, I should have done a Repulsor Blast into Ulik.
Yeah.
Because he had also already activated,
Yeah.
I should have done like that, and then I should have done my big beam into Malekith. Because I probably could have dazed Malekith in that round.
Well, especially with the roll that you happen to have there.
That roll was incredible.
It was amazing. I think you had like 8 or 9 successes before your crits.
And I neglected to roll 2 extra dice for my crits as well.
Yeah.
So it was incredible. That would have dazed Malekith. That actually could have been a big turning point for me.
It could have been.
But I was dumb. I forgot that it did damage to me.
Yeah.
Which was really
I also
unfortunate.
wasn't thinking about that until the end of it when we were talking about crits. And I understood you wanting to remove Ulik to make sure that he wasn't going to be a problem in the following round.
But you know what? I had other characters that could have done it. And that's the problem. I got greedy with it, and I neglected to pay attention to that because I also removed a whole bunch of rerolls. I didn't use Jarvis once this game, and that was a big mistake on my part. I kept forgetting about it. And that's on me. I mean, I got nothing on that one. That was just on me. And there's a number of times when that probably could have made a big difference.
Yeah. And as we've been talking in the off parts of the takes during this game here, I rolled a ridiculous number of crits on my defense. And,
I could not break through that.
Yeah.
Like just I think almost not almost every, but like a good chunk of your dice rolls had some sort of crit or a skull you could convert into a crit with Malekith.
Yeah, I think Ulik and Bullseye both were pretty unlucky with their defense die, but Malekith barely took any damage.
No, I could not get through it. Like Malekith was just constantly adding dice to his stuff there, and I mean, if it wasn't for this game, would have been over a lot sooner if I didn't keep staggering him.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And those staggers were huge.
They were. I thought I had a little bit of breathing room here. It's a real shame that I didn't take Malekith with the first pistol shot. Because I had to take him down. If I didn't take him down, then it wouldn't matter anyway. But if I'd gotten the first pistol shot, I could have then moved over, taken a point here.
Yeah, and it was definitely within the realms of reason, right?
Yeah. So. It was a little disappointing that the Brooklyn Brawler didn't do more damage into Malekith, but again, so many crits.
Well, and every time you did your shield throw, it was 1 damage.
1 damage. I had to spend a power to even get the bounce on one, right? Like my shield bounce was not doing anything for me this game.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of clawed back a little bit of a plan near the end there.
I completely agree. The staggers meant that you had a lot more economy when it came to your actions.
What it came down to that Iron Man play.
Yep.
Like my own hubris, stupidity, overconfidence, whatever you want to call it, that cost me the game, I think. Yeah. I think I had a shot if I didn't do that.
Yep.
Because here's the other thing. You know what else I could have done? I could have done a $1 billion punch.
Which was perfect into Ulik right there.
Which was perfect because even if I failed to get him with the damage, if I got the throw off,
awesome.
Right, and I could have thrown him into Spider-Woman.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So that was dumb of me. I let Conan get the better of me. I spend all this time telling our youngins in the community never sometimes leave Conan at home, and look what I did. I went and I let Conan get the better of me on this game.
Yeah.
So.
And this game is definitely a game where the points mattered because I was putting pressure on you, but Black Widow definitely had been running around doing a bunch of things to pull up points, right?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. The other one that kind of hurt is when this one moved over a little bit, and I thought Tony could get over there and steal it. And
I'm so sorry about that. That was totally Bullseye, though.
It is what it is. I mean, there's not much we can really do about that one, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, you let me reposition Tony as a result.
Yeah, of course.
But it's. I mean, here's the thing. The dice. You got so many crits, but you didn't win solely because of the dice. You had some good plays in there. You did very well with Spider-Woman. She's my bane. I cannot deal with Spider-Woman.
I can honestly say today I brought her because I was like, who is the opposite of Earth's Mightiest Heroes? Well, against Leland, it's definitely Spider-Woman. She has taken out the mightiest heroes every time.
I've never won a game against Spider-Woman, right? Not once.
Oh my! Okay.
I have never won a game where Spider-Woman was involved against me. I don't know what it is. I cannot deal with her. My stuff just does not do anything there. So yeah, So as second I see Spider-Woman, I always kind of get immediately demoralized.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
I hate seeing Spider-Woman on the table because of that.
Fair. I'm sorry about that.
It is what it is. I mean, you like Spider-Woman, and I'm never going to tell you not to play a character you don't like.
I was excited to see Brooklyn Brawler going into Spider-Woman, and you got to send the hero in against your worst nemesis.
And then you roll 2 crits and
double shield, yeah.
And double shield, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, yay. And I think I only needed to deal, 3 points of damage or something like that?
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn Brawler, because if I had gotten the Brooklyn Brawler off and taken her down, at least I would have felt a little better about that, right?
Exactly. And,
it is what it is. Like there's not really a whole lot that can be said or done about that. It's the nature of the game.
It is.
Right? It is the nature of the game. And either way, I will say everyone on the team performed very well. Thor felt great with Steve's new leadership. He felt really good.
I actually felt like, Thor isn't just decent. Thor is actually very effective against big boys. So.
Even Hawkeye. Yeah. Hawkeye, when he had the power to transform his stuff into things, it felt good. Like Hawkeye felt like a real team member on this team. I think a lot of it really came down to I was poorly implementing Iron Man. I wasn't making the rerolls when I should have been making them. I kept forgetting about them, and that cost me. Because there's a couple instances where some rerolls from Iron Man for Thor could have made a big difference.
Yep.
Going into Ulik, when I left Ulik on 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
When I left Ulik on 1, I could have paid 3 power to re-roll and just get rid of Ulik right off the hop.
Yep.
Instead of giving you an activation with him, right?
Yeah.
And that would have been game winning, right? Maybe not game winning, but it would have been.
It would have definitely changed the nature of our game.
Well, because it would have been next round. Tony all of a sudden isn't punching Ulik, and also wouldn't have been punched by Ulik.
Yes, to get in critical mode where you didn't have to worry about blasting Malekith with your fairly good stack of power.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this comes down to I played poorly with Iron Man, and you were able to capitalize on that basically, and your team performed well. Like Bullseye just kind of was there. He sucked some attacks up.
Bullseye did what he was supposed to do for 2 threat. It was great.
That's fair. Ulik was always a presence and a threat. Had to deal with Ulik.
Yep.
And Malekith, unfortunately, I just could never bust through Malekith's.
You did a good job controlling him, but he definitely was able to use his leadership to get back into the game.
So, okay, this is our first time out with Malekith since his recent changes.
Yes.
How do you feel about it?
I did feel his 1 less health. That was something that was always on my mind, and I'm like, well, I got to put him back in there. This is the tool I have. So he definitely feels a lot less auto-include. That was kind of good to feel like he was. I made a choice, and this choice was I got to do violence with him and make sure he gets his points back because he costs a lot. 7 threats, not a small amount.
But you know what? He did his job. He sucked up attacks from Thor and Steve.
Yep.
And he survived. Like it wasn't until the end of the game that I even brought him down to danger close range, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he is still definitely a force to be reckoned with. I don't think him losing Pierce really turned him down all that much.
Not at all. Actually, I forgot he had it.
Yep. And his cloak of shadows just kept saving his bacon the entire bloody game.
That was so silly at so many points. But
I don't know. There's something about it that's just so demoralizing to see.
Well, because normally you look down at those skulls and that's unrerollable. Perfect.
And you always had power. I don't know how you had so much power with Malekith all the time.
I didn't ferocity when I was supposed to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did ferocity a whole bunch. That is very true.
But it was a fun game. I'm sorry that we.
It's a dude. We've done over 100 of these things.
Yes.
And quite frankly, we've both had our games, so it is what it is.
I look forward to the next time you have Iron Man on the table, though, so that you can.
So I can forget his ability. Okay, let's talk the MVP for a second. Yeah. Black Widow walking up to Malekith with 4 dice and getting the stagger in. I don't care if I lost on points. I won there. That was my victory right there.
That was pretty good. That was actually really good. So
I don't know anyone who's ever gotten the stagger off with Black Widow's spender there, and the fact that I got it off on Malekith of all characters.
It's delicious. Yeah.
Oh, just so beautiful, so beautiful. That was a wonderful thing to see happen, and that's my Pyrrhic victory right there.
I like it,
or my moral victory, if you will.
Yeah.
I love it. But there we go. That was the game. 16-10 for the Cabal. We got lots more in store for you guys. We're actually getting a little bit ahead, so might be able to get some extra content out at some point. But hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Get involved in the conversation below, and we'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.